right. Well, Elle,
Wow.
how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Did this go well for you? What do you think about the showcase? What did the Starfield Direct do for you? Like, give me your thoughts.
All right. So, first of all, I just want to say that I really enjoyed the Xbox showcase.
Hmm.
I think it's the strongest of the three.
Hmm.
Just because they literally, they did what I think everyone should have done, where they just literally just showed games. They started
Hmm.
off with a banger, and then they just kept going. And of course, they had some that I was like, okay, they're not so much of a banger, but someone enjoys it, and so, and if they did do talking, it wasn't a lot of talking. It was very much like,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for joining, da da da, blah blah blah. Hope you enjoy. Kept it moving. So the Xbox showcase was really good. They were very tight and just quick to the point.
Yeah.
The Starfield showcase, I think was great. I enjoyed it a lot.
Uh-huh.
Just because we mentioned it when they were going through all the details. They gave you the details that you needed to know as far as like reassurance for how the game looks, how the game plays, how the combat is,
Hmm.
customization for the ship, for your weapons, for your attributes, for your abilities, and they gave you all the information you needed without giving too much of like the story or giving you anything at all, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but overall, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this showcase the most out of the other two. I came out of the showcase basically like very happy with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel great about it. I definitely think this was the strongest of them. I think and that's what Xbox needed. They came out strong with, showing Fable right off the bat,
Yeah,
going, "Hey, this we're putting the flag down. Here we go." Um, I think pretty much all the games they showed off, I thought were interesting. I think there's a good variety of games for people to like, and I think that's the strong that what was strong with it. My
yeah.
biggest critique, that prevents me from giving this like a 5 out of 5,
Mm-hmm.
is the one more thing at the end of the Xbox Direct was just more storage for your Xbox
Oh
for
yeah.
an Xbox Series S. I was like, that's a weird way to do that. I could have, that felt like the weirdest thing to end that
Yeah,
that
just end
that
on
portion
yeah.
of the showcase on, where it's like you guys were so close to making this like an almost perfect showcase, but that one more thing, that wasn't it, man. Because like I even was like, oh, I mean, what are they going to end it with? They ended with an
Exactly.
Xbox Series S 1 terabyte. Okay, what? Like that's the biggest thing that that's like the biggest letdown in my opinion of the whole
Yeah.
showcase, was that moment just being like, huh, cool,
Oh yeah.
you're showing off the Xbox, but that feels like that's something that could have popped up in the middle, and
Oh
then you could
yeah,
have,
definitely.
I think you should have ended on a game. You should have ended on one
Yeah,
of these games, like maybe show Avowed at the end or something. It was just so weird to
exactly.
have that there at the end because it was so strong, and then it's just like, oh, we're halting here. And then, but it also plays into going into, maybe they didn't want to overshadow the deep dive
Starfield
into
Direct.
Starfield
Yeah.
Direct, because I do think the Starfield Direct did what it needed to do, which was
Oh yeah.
show the game, show people that there's a reason why we keep delaying it.
Oh yeah.
It is huge. There's a lot to do. The customization is incredible. The how many planets we have, everything that you're going to do. I think Starfield Direct did exactly what it needed to do in that regard, which was reassure the players that this universe is huge. You're about to
Oh
spend
yeah.
hundreds of hours here if you want to. And there's,
Mhm.
a variety of different ways to play. And my dog is excited about it, or maybe he disagrees. I don't know. But it looks incredible. Like it did its job in the sense that it sold me even more, and I was already sold to begin with. Like
Yeah.
I love Bethesda games. I love Elder Scrolls. I like Fallout to a certain extent, but like Starfield, I'm incredibly excited about, and just reinforce that like I'm ready to play it. I can't wait for it to drop in September. Um, the thing I'm worried about is September, October. So many games are coming out between
Oh
those two
yeah.
months that it's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to like pick and choose very specific things. Like, I know I'm gonna play Starfield. Am I gonna play Alan Wake? Or am I gonna play Spider-Man? Or whatever other game is coming out in October? Because there's so many stuff coming out in October now.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just so much. And
Oh yeah.
Starfield looks like it's gonna be a game that I'm going to play for months on end. On top of already playing Diablo right now, which I feel like Diablo is a game that I'm gonna play for months on end. So now it's
Oh
like
yeah.
I have so many games coming out
Oh
months on
yeah.
end. But like overall, from just the Xbox showcase, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I think it was fantastic. I think it had really good pacing. I think all the games they showed off were interesting, were exciting. Of course, you can't overlook the fact that the majority of them, I think there was only like maybe 4 or 5 games that aren't coming to
Yeah.
Game Pass, but everything is coming to Game Pass. So their Xbox is continuing to push that narrative of this is an ecosystem. You can get on Game Pass, you can play this on Game Pass. So invest in Game Pass
Oh
if
yeah.
you want. So like they're going to continue to push that. But yeah, I think Xbox Showcase did exactly what it needed to do. So 4 out of 5 with that. And then I think the Starfield portion was a 5 out of 5. It did exactly what it needed to do.
Exactly.
Um, Now, if we're going to combine them together, it would still be a 4 out of 5. Like
Oh yeah.
overall, if we're keeping them together, because again, Xbox. I think the weakness of the Xbox ending is what brings it down if you combine them. But like individually, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5.
Oh
If that
yeah.
makes sense.
No.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I agree definitely. Like I think the Xbox showcase for me is also a 4 out of 5 just because of like how strong it was with the just the game that they showed up like you said, like to come out and start off with Fable, just start with that big of a game and just be like we don't care. We didn't save this for last. This is like the first thing you're going to see. It's like that. I'm like, "Whoa, okay. They got, they're brave for doing that, so to speak." And so I enjoyed that a lot, and it just kind of set the tone for the rest of the showcase, where they're like, "Here's this," and then everything else to me felt like, "Wow, okay, so this is what I'm preparing myself for." It felt good. It felt very good. Same thing with the Starfield Direct, like you said. I think that's a 5 out of 5 because everything in there. Because at first, when I first started to see stuff about Starfield, and then we saw it at the last year's showcase,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this looks a little rough. I don't know how this is gonna be. I was like on the fence of like, am I even really gonna play this? But then that deep dive and just giving us like just only the information to reassure us of how it looks, the detail, everything that you can do, and just everything about that, I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna play this now.
Yeah.
Like this definitely took my attention. So
Yeah. Like and this is gonna sound weird.
Mhm.
Looking at the Starfield stuff made me and this just came into my head, was like, man, this is kind of what I wanted Outer Worlds to be. Because I know you're a fan of
Oh
Outer
yeah,
Worlds. It's like
yeah,
seeing all the Starfield stuff, kind of what I wished Outer Worlds would be. They're very distinct, like they're trying very different things,
yeah.
obviously. Outer Worlds is very different. But like still, there's a lot like I love Outer Worlds, don't get me wrong. I love Bethesda games. But yeah,
Hmm.
Starfield was like what they're trying to do is what I was hoping Outer Worlds would push. Because Outer Worlds pretty straightforward with everything. There's not really a lot
Yeah.
of exploration or anything, but like again, Outer Worlds was trying something completely different, and I think it succeeds in the story that it's trying to tell and the way it's telling it and stuff. But yeah, yeah, I'm just overall, I'm very happy with this. I know I've been down on the other ones, um, and so it's refreshing to have this.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And what would have made this a 5 out of 5 is a strong end to the showcase.
Oh
Because
yeah.
like I do understand like maybe not wanting to overshadow the Starfield direct,
Hmm.
but like you should have treated it like it was still its own independent thing. Because not everybody's gonna watch the Starfield direct, you
Of
know?
course, exactly. Yeah.
Like a lot of the people that don't care about Starfield were gonna tune out, at the
Yeah.
end of this Xbox stuff. So I feel like you still needed to end strong. So the Xbox showcase could have had a stronger end to it and not just a console version. Here you go. Woo, 1 terabyte. Everybody celebrate. Like it's like
Exactly.
whatever. It was just a like I just think that was the weakest thing, and I'm gonna harp on that forever. It's just like yeah, because like I think you could have taken the like Sinuous Saga's Hellblade 2 stuff and move it to the end. I think
Yeah.
that would have been a fantastic way to end it, and then going into Starfield. Because I don't even think like the Hellblade 2 as it looked incredible, looked beautiful.
Hmm.
I don't think it would have overshadowed the direct at
Oh
all,
yeah.
but it
Definitely.
was still its strong showing of Hellblade. And
Yeah.
yeah, we could analyze this all day long. I'm sure. I do think it comes down to they didn't want to overshadow the direct anyway, but it's like still the showcase needed to be its own thing and should have had a stronger ending. And the granted, maybe the console in the middle or something would have thrown the pacing off. I don't know. I do feel like the pacing was strong throughout though. Like
Oh yeah.
even like with Sarah Bond coming out for the brief time, and then
Hmm.
Papa Phil coming out for a brief time. Like,
Yeah,
I still think the pacing was really good across the board. Um,
definitely.
and yeah, just opening with the Fable, having that Star Wars game near the beginning, showing off Hellblade, like just I feel like everything shown was just fantastic,
Oh
in
yeah,
terms of games.
yeah.
So yeah, and then
Yeah,
Starfield was great.
I agree 100%. I think everything. It almost feels like they were able to look at the other showcases and be like, okay, what could we do better that they didn't improve on or didn't, do to the best of their potential. And then they
Yeah,
were just like, all right, let's do it. And they did, if of course with the ending. But man, they showed off some great games that I was so excited for. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of games that they're showing off that I'm like excited for. And then of course, there people might be like, oh, the whole Game Pass stuff. But this is just the way that things are going. And so
yeah,
we have Game Pass, and I'm just like, man, there's so many great games coming, and
yeah. There's so many
it's
Gary
just
games that you're gonna get to play without having to fork over 20,
yeah,
$30, $60 because you may not even like the game. Maybe the game comes out and you're
exactly,
like, I'm so glad that I never bought Atomic Heart. I'm glad it came to
yeah,
Game Pass because I absolutely hate that game. Like I just was not enjoying that game, and so Game Pass gave me that opportunity. And so
oh
like
yeah,
looking at these games like the 33 Immortals game, I don't know if I'm gonna
yeah,
like it. It looks cool. I want to play it.
yeah,
Am I actually gonna like it though? Game Pass gives me the opportunity to play it without having to
exactly. To
fork
think
over
about it,
20,
yeah,
30, 40, 50, $60, however much it's gonna cost.
oh
And
yeah,
it's like, okay, I'm happy to spend that $10, $15 for Game Pass Ultimate,
exactly,
and I'm sure like people are talking about like the price is going to increase. I'm like, yeah, the price probably will increase. I mean, Netflix increases the price, all the streaming services
yeah,
have increased their price, and so it's like
yeah.
that's just
I,
the way
I,
of it. But
I with all the games that are coming, it almost feels like I'm okay with paying a little bit more if they do bring it up, just because
yeah,
for what you pay, depending on whichever tier you get, it's just like it almost feels like you're stealing money from them because of all the available games that you have on there. You're just like, man, there's so many great games on here, and I can play and then not feel bad that if I did buy the game outright and spent all that money, then being like, oh, I spent $60, $40, whatever on it, and I just did this monthly fee where I can just play whatever I want to play that they have on there.
yeah, yeah, I agree. And like for me, like if I absolutely love a game, I will end up buying it.
Yeah,
I know this is probably sounds weird, but like I've played plenty of games through Game Pass that I'm like, I love this game. I'm gonna buy it to support the devs. Like I like Planet of Lana a lot. I think it's an
yeah,
incredible game. I'm spending the $20, $30, however much it is. I bought it on Steam because I want to support the devs. So like, it's I've already played it through Game Pass, but I enjoyed the game enough to buy it,
oh
on
yeah,
another service. You know what I mean? So
exactly, yeah,
yeah, $20 on Steam. So is what it is on Steam right now. So I spent $20 on Planet of Lana because I enjoyed it a lot, just playing it and beating it through Game Pass. So yeah, I don't necessarily think Game Pass is going to prevent me from doing that in the future either, because I do that a lot, especially if I like a game enough to want to get the trophies for it. Then I buy it
yeah,
on PlayStation. so
yeah. Exactly.
but yeah, I'm incredibly excited. Everything again they showed off. The Game Pass stuff is nice. I can't think of a single game that made me go, what the fuck? Like
Yeah,
where that just
exactly.
looked
Yeah.
where I was just like, this look objectively looks bad. I think every single one looked unique and cool in their own way, and
Oh
made
yeah.
me want to play. Like, I want to try the Don't Nod game, the one that was climbing and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm a fan of Don't Nod because I like Life is Strange and stuff like that. That I've liked the games they've worked on in the past, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Don't Nod will do with this game because it looks very
Hmm.
different from what they've done in the past. So
Exactly.
yeah, but yeah, final thoughts, L? Any final thoughts?
Man, great showcase. And I think they did a great job. I'm even more excited for Starfield now because I know once that game comes out, it's probably just going to take up most of what I play.
Yeah,
And I just can't wait to see more information from the other games that are going to come out next year. Just like you said, like when I saw Clockwork, that looked amazing to me.
yeah,
And I'm like, oh,
Clockwork,
I
yeah,
want to play that. And
because it
so
was giving you the Bioshock vibes,
Bioshock
right?
vibes, yeah. And I was like, oh, if it has that type of vibe, same thing with Judas, even though we didn't see anything from it in this showcase. That looks dope. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I know I have something to look forward to. And like you said, it's gonna be a great rest of the year for games because so many bangers are coming out like in the next couple of months, and like
Yeah.
you're gonna have
Like we
something to
have
play.
bangers coming out this month. Like we
Yeah.
we had freaking Diablo, we had Street Fighter,
Yep.
we have freaking Final Fantasy later this
Oh,
month. Like and then I'm sure there's something coming out in July that I can't think of off the top of my head in
oh
August, but
yeah.
like then you hit September, you hit October, and you get
Oh,
Spider-Man. You're gonna get
yeah.
Spider-Man, you're gonna get Starfield, you're gonna get freaking Alan Wake, you're gonna get
Oh
Forza, you're
my
gonna get so much
gosh.
shit. Like
So
and I,
much.
I don't I don't mean to say shit because none of it's shit, but you're gonna get so
Yeah.
much good stuff. Like
Oh yeah.
it's like this is easily the best year in gaming. Like I feel
Oh
confident
yeah.
to say like there's just banger after banger after banger. I think I said this earlier in like podcast before where it's like there's a banger game coming out every month. And
Exactly.
October, September looks like there's going to be multiple bangers coming out.
Exactly.
I mean, June this month we're having multiple bangers come out this month. You know,
Oh
we
yeah.
had multiple bangers come out back in May because of well, maybe it was just Zelda. I don't know. But
But
yeah.
no, yeah,
So
agreed. Definitely, it's like there's something for everyone coming out,
yeah.
and it's like not the same type of game. They're all just different like genres of gaming, and so everyone has something to play with. And just like even if you don't like the ones that are coming out, just the past few months, like you said, like Zelda and these past few months of all the great games that have come out, everyone has something to enjoy.
Joy.
And
Yeah.
so this is definitely one of
It's
the best years for gaming.
yeah, it's wild and it continues. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what else could come out. I mean, I was really hoping for Hollow Knight. I'm gonna confess. I wanted
Oh
Hollow
yeah.
Knight information. Uh
Oh yeah.
yeah, hopefully Hollow Knight comes out. If Hollow
I
Knight comes
didn't.
out this year, that would be the perfect bow tie to end. Like Hollow Knight
Mm,
comes out in December. Perfect bow tie at the end of the year.
wow.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just like Hollow Knight's releasing December on Christmas Day. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
end of the year for all of the banger
Wow.
games. That would be a perfect end to the year.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But
Oh,
still no news on Hollow Knight. That's the only downside. And I was hoping for it just because like Hollow Knight got revealed at the Xbox showcase. Not surprising,
yeah.
but that it wasn't revealed. But yeah,
Exactly.
anyways,
Nice.
that's it. Wind us down now.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in with us with the Xbox showcase live reaction / Bethesda Starfield whatever showcase. Thanks for
It was Starfield Direct.
sorry Starfield Direct showcase. Thanks for joining us. You can catch us this coming Wednesday for our Respawn plays, and so I don't think we've decided. Oh no, we did decide. Sorry, Portal 2.
Portal.
We're playing Portal. And on Wednesday, so come join us, which we live stream every Wednesday, playing a video game at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then also be sure to tune in on Fridays at the same 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Respawn Please podcast. Make sure to subscribe, like, share. You can find us on YouTube. Subscribe to us. The podcast is available everywhere, video version on our YouTube, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts for the audio versions of Respawn Please podcast, as well as Review Please Anime Edition, and as well pretty soon, which I'm doing today, the Relax and Respawn series, which is monthly. Those are both monthly, the anime and Relax and Respawn. And follow us on social media at Respawn Please podcast on Instagram and TikTok, where we post clips, just random little videos of the podcast, and we'll catch you next time.
We'll catch you next time, y'all. Next week is basically just going to be a recap of everything that's been going on these last 2 weeks. So just everybody is aware. And we're also going to rank the showcases. We're only going to rank PlayStation, Summer Games Fest, and Xbox. That's it. Because if we ranked all of them, then Devolver Digital would be number one. It was just a wild time with the Devolver Digital one. It's always a wild ride. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye.